PUBG has been banned in India. But still, that's like 1 billion players all gone. It was the #1 app on smartphone over there, and they straight up banned it. Now, I'm not gonna go into why it was banned,
China.
but I do find it quite interesting that by some pure coincidence, PUBG is now free to download on PlayStation Plus. And as a Dutch person, I like free stuff, so naturally I downloaded it and played it. But I'm gonna be honest, on console, the experience is not the best. Somehow it actually feels worse than PUBG Mobile on console. But let's start at the beginning. Player customization. Nothing too crazy here, you get to choose between male and female, different hairstyles, you know, the usual. I went with the standard generic look with a shaved head because honestly, this guy looks a lot like Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell Double Agent. I also took off his shirt for, you know, gameplay purposes. Now, before you play your first game, it is very important to get familiar with the controls, try out different layouts and learn how certain guns behave and stuff like that. So the first thing you should do is to get into the practice mode and learn. No, I'm just kidding, I went straight into a game like a complete idiot. And this first game was absolutely amazing. I died because I didn't know how to get out of the car. Let's rewind. Initially, I didn't know where to drop because I didn't see any buildings or landmarks, so I thought maybe this map doesn't really have that many buildings, so I just jumped. And then it happened. The great miracle of life. New buildings were born left and right, appearing out of seemingly nowhere. Truly a beautiful sight to behold. I mean, come on, this is just ridiculous. Look, I get that on console the experience tends to be less smooth than on PC, but if you have Battle Royale games currently on console that look like this, with 150 players and destruction and whatnot, there is no excuse for a game to look like this. And yeah, I get that the team behind PUBG may be smaller, but don't forget they made around $1 billion with this game. So if you port it to console, at least make an effort. I mean, that's just my opinion. Look at this! Look at the anti-aliasing, it's just a lazy port without any polish. Also the sound design, man, just take a listen. Where is the ambient noise? Where is the atmosphere? There's nothing, just your footsteps. Anyway, our first encounter in this game was one to remember. This guy tried to run me over. Not knowing the controls, I didn't know how to aim down sight, so I just tried to hip firing while dodging his car. He gave up, so I followed in hot pursuit, and I actually found him, but apparently getting out of your car isn't the same button as getting into the car, so I was just a sitting duck. Amazing experience. Next match. Failed. Next match. Failed. Next match. I loaded up into a new map, this time in first person only mode. I jumped, saw the buildings and textures pop again in glorious 20 frames per second, and actually managed to get my first kill. He shot at me first, but my amazing evasive maneuvers made it difficult for him to hit me. But then it was my turn. You know, he put up a good fight and tried his best to dodge my shots, but he was no match for my awesome aim. After this huge victory, I paid my respects by teabagging him. But I guess karma caught on to me quickly as I got lasered by a seemingly invisible man. Honestly, do you guys see him anywhere in this frame? I heard him coming around the corner, but I forgot to put my Uzi on full auto, and then this happened. I looked at the kill cam and it kinda looked like he was either cheating or he was a bot, which would make the fact that I died even more embarrassing. But I didn't give up. Surely, in the midst of low frame rates, horrible render distance, clunky controls, extreme input lag and just overall shitty quality, surely there must be a game to be played there. And yes, there was, believe it or not. This next game I actually got the famous winner chicken dinner with 11 kills no less. This is how it happened. So I won my first game on this desert map, which is I believe the biggest map in the entire game. I really was not looking forward to this match because the game is already extremely slow paced for me, and with a map this big this would become just another walking simulator. So I did what any rational thinking person would do, and I freaking killed myself. Unfortunately, my next game was yet again on this giant desert map, and because the matchmaking timer already took like 5 minutes, I decided to just deal with it. But to my surprise, I actually heard gunshots in the distance. So I went and checked it out. And there he was, a complete noob, just like me. An easy kill, I thought. So I grabbed my lever action rifle and started shooting at him. Seven shots. It took me 7 shots to kill that guy. I went over there to loot his dead body, only to be rudely interrupted by someone else. Now, for some reason, this guy decided to run away instead of keep on shooting me, so I took him out. At this point, I started to actually like this gun a lot, but I decided to upgrade it to a semi-auto Mini 14 with an ACOG scope and a suppressor. This would be the weapon that would get me the chicken dinner. I found a car to get me to the circle, and this car would also play a huge part in my victory, but you'll find out soon enough. So when I got to a certain spot, I decided to get out and actually camp the circle a little bit. You know, maybe I could find some stragglers running towards me. Then again, gunshots. It sounded pretty close. Let's take a look. Potato versus potato. He could have easily killed me, but I guess the clunky controls probably got the better of him. You know, feeling ashamed about that disgusting aim, I decided to leave the area as soon as possible in the hopes that nobody was there to see it. Once I got out of the storm, I was greeted by a very friendly rain of bullets. Luckily, he missed every single shot and then it hit me. With the controls being so garbage in this game, at least on PS4, if I stay in the car, I'm practically invincible. So I drove past him like I didn't notice him mag dumping 2 feet away from me. I got out of the car to catch him in the open and return the favor. That's 4 kills, 27 people remaining. It's going good so far. I took his loot and continued to drive around aimlessly until I found some action, because I was feeling pretty confident. I got onto the main highway and found my next target. I decided to stay in the car and try to roadkill him, you know, see what would happen. I swerved from left to right so he couldn't get a clear shot on me, and this poor guy, man, like a deer in the headlights. I didn't get out of the car because I had a feeling someone else was nearby, and what do you know, right on cue, someone tried to shoot me. So I knew this was gonna be an easy kill, but I didn't know how easy. I mean, look at this. Either this was a bot with a very weird script, or this guy is just totally clueless. In any case, I annihilated him and got a trophy for my efforts. 6 kills, 19 people alive. The next encounter, I nearly got myself killed. There were gunshots sounding extremely close to me, but I couldn't see where they were coming from. So I went closer, and this guy pops in out of nowhere.
Hello there.
He nearly killed me, but my superior knowledge about the clunky controls gave me the win. There was still one more guy in the area, but I just yeeted out of there. At this point I actually believed that I could win this game. I actually experienced fun while playing PUBG on console, a very difficult thing to pull off. I drove on top of the hill to get the best position. The circle was now getting pretty small and there were only 7 people alive. Luckily for me, another totally clueless player didn't notice me on top of the hill, so easy pickings. 8 kills, 6 alive. After killing this next guy, I started to receive some gunfire myself. Fortunately for me, he also had a difficult time controlling this game's clunky aim and he missed every shot. Now I don't know if this was the same player who shot at me earlier, but he went prone and I managed to get at least 1 headshot in, so he was very low on health. He tried to get away, but with 1 more shot I killed him and secured the 10 kill mark. Now it was just me and 1 other guy, 1v1. The circle was pretty big still and I didn't want to get flanked, so I grabbed the car again to bait him out. It worked. He tried to shoot me, but as we already confirmed, you are invincible in the car on console. What follows next is the most intense firefight I have ever seen in any game. He shot his load way too early like I did when I first saw a girl naked, he then had to reload, and because he was just frozen in fear, I got an easy kill, thus giving me the famous winner chicken dinner with 11 kills. Not gonna lie, I was pretty happy with that, but nevertheless this game is one of the most unpolished, clunky Battle Royale games I've ever played on console, and I still managed to get a win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like if you did, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. All my social media links are in the description below, Discord, Instagram and all that. And with that being said, I see you guys next time.